It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means? It's time for Randominity with the Random Christian Show. Today, Christian welcomes comedian Bob Smiley. The Random Christian Show is now officially sponsored by PJ's Coffee of New Orleans. Check out their summer drink specials today. Find the nearest PJ's Coffee to you at pjscoffee.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Nilbrotus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. You can now watch past episodes of The Random Christian Show on your Roku on the Associate Productions channel. Catch up on all the episodes you've missed today. Next week on The Random Christian Show is writer, producer, director Sandy Slavin. My name is Andy, and now here's your host, Christian Random.
Hey-o!
Hey-o!
I am the walrus.
There's something up your nose.
No, there's not.
Okay, well,
Oh, wait a minute.
At least, hey, what's
I
happening?
wondered where that went. Hey,
Hey-o!
welcome to Tuesday. Hey-o, it is the Random Christian Show. I am Christian, and that is Andrew.
That's
And
me.
I'm pointing with the snotty pen. Yeah.
Thanks.
Snotty, yeah.
So that's my nice blue shirt that you just
I use
snotted
the
all over.
other end. I use the other.
Yeah, now okay, that's great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oops.
Great
Sorry.
to see you too, Christian.
Welcome to the show, because Monday sucks, so we skipped right into Tuesday, and then we're going to ignore Wednesday, Thursday, jump right into Friday right after this, because it's still the show going on. So
Sure.
yeah, why not?
We're doing the marathon show today? We're doing the 5-day? The
5-day,
show?
just straight coffee.
There we go.
Mhm. Hey,
There
speaking
we
of
go.
coffee, how about some PJ's Roast 35?
Oh, hey, that's the good stuff right there.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Corey Hall, what's going on,
Corey
buddy?
Hall, hey-o!
Hey-o.
Sir. Yeah, well, okay, I'll enable the chat. Jeez, Corey, I'm telling you. Somebody's a little pushy this morning there, Corey Hall.
Well, we haven't seen Corey in a while. What's he been doing?
He's been a busy cat. That's what.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, he hasn't had internet, from what I understand.
Oh, that's true. He's been pushing. He's been having. Yeah, I've actually loved the updates with the speed on there.
Yeah,
I feel so bad.
I have less than dial-up is what was usually posted at this point.
Yeah, I didn't want to send him screenshots of my 900 speed download. So.
Yeah, busy beaver chewing on internet cords, apparently.
Of course.
Not sure what that's all about. But hey-o. So we've had a whole lot going on over here at the old Random Christian Show, the TRKS. Yes, Andrew.
I will try not to be rude, Corey.
So,
I promise.
We got a little. Well, Andy did a little finagling, and has been striking deals and making things happening. So, not only are we sponsored by PJ's Coffee, delicious coffee wherever you can find it, order it on the interweb, anyhow you can, or just stop in and get some. Because if you mention the Random Christian Show, you get 15% off.
Boom.
I cannot say that enough.
Every little bit helps too.
Every little bit helps, because then you can save up money to buy one of these fantastic hats, where all the profits from these will go to Run to Stop It, which in fact I have some of that money collected in our Run to Stop It jar right here. And that goes to stopping sex trafficking and human trafficking. Many different 100% of all that money from Run to Stop It goes into those. One of them's Relentless Pursuit, which we will have Lee Robinson on, who is in charge of that. And then Russ Tuttle as well. He will be joining us about the Stop Trafficking program. But in the meantime, we've sold ourselves out. That's right. To cue the music.
With me, oh yeah, sell out.
There it is. We sold out.
Hey,
That's right. We're now owned kind of by iHeartRadio. Kind of owned a little bit.
we're not owned. We are partnering with iHeartRadio.
True. Okay. Yeah. Partnering.
They
Yeah,
are
that's
going
way
to
better
be they're going to be the new host of our podcast.
Yes. And
So
they
the
will be-
audio portion of our podcast will be hosted via iHeart's delivery service.
Yes.
And they're going to
Restream
do
is
some
still our
yeah,
visual.
they're gonna do some stuff for us, and we're gonna do some stuff for them. So it
Whoa.
instead of
whoa.
oh, I didn't tell you about the stuff that we have to do with. Oh, you should
Oh.
really read that contract I sent over
Oh.
because they're expecting you in a clown outfit right after this podcast. You got the address, right?
I wondered
the-
what that was about.
And the password to get in?
That was a handshake. Oh,
Well,
what kind of handshake am
you
I
know-
doing? Oh,
You got
Andrew.
I was as descriptive as I could have gotten on that.
Apparently, there's some fine print I need to go back over. I
Just
can.
tell you what you were going to be shaking. That's all.
Whoa, whoa. Oh,
Hey,
oh, wow.
you know,
Pet life. Oh God, Corey.
yeah.
Corey.
Times like this, I'm glad it's the Random Christian Show and not the Random Andy Show. Let me tell you.
Yeah, glad
'Cause,
my
man,
name's on the cover. Whoa.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
Well,
are.
is that how Rum and Regrets got its title? That's what I'm saying.
I would rather not say how
Ah.
we got in with our iHeart deal.
little rum and lots of regrets. That's all I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah,
a lot
just-
of rum and still lots more regrets.
Just say we named our podcast appropriately.
Well, we'll just call it the Random Sellout Christian Show. There we go.
There you go.
Random
I like it.
Christian Sellout Show. Something like that. So anyway, but no, we are very happy to be partnering with iHeartRadio, and not that we weren't on iHeartRadio already, but they after Andy did some talking with them, they wanted us to be friends,
Part of the
and
network. So
shaking hands and doing
yeah.
good things. Doing good things. Especially with Run to Stop It. So again, anybody interested, buying one of these hats, the Random Christian Show hats, which is a fine hat, by the way. And we will take I'll mail them out to you. Yeah, see, Andrew's got one right there. Your color is way better than my room.
Well, because I got a light right on it. So
Yeah. So well, you figure the light off my head would be pretty. That does kind of help. Anyway.
Sorry.
So all profits from that go to Run to Stop It, again, which is helping stop trafficking and relentless pursuit and a couple other actual local KC, Kansas City, I should say, foundations that help bring prostitutes off the street, house them, help them get jobs, help stop the human trafficking process and the sex trafficking as well. So if we have the link on the website, is that correct, Andy? Everything is all
It should be there.
Good
I will
go.
check it though after this.
okay. So we could or could not. Either way, email the randomchristianshow@gmail.com and we will get you hooked up with a hat and very proudly send that off. And I'll throw in some stickers too. Why not? Okay. All right, kids. We'll say this has been a week I have been waiting for a couple of months now.
That's true. You've been very excited about this show.
I have
As
been
have
very
I.
excited because
Yeah.
this guy is just awesome. We've got Bob Smiley today, kids. Bob Smiley, comedian extraordinaire, master of puppets and the Smiley Minute. If you've seen it on his social pages, it's one of the things that I love during the day. I like kind of scroll through. I'm like, oh, there it is. And it always cheers me up and makes my day. But hey, you know what? He's also agreed to help us with our random 9 list, which We're gonna get kicked off here. What else? Okay, so I did the iHeart Radio announcement. We're all there.
We're
Again,
good to go.
I had.
What's your like? I feel like you need to stall 20 minutes before you bring the guest on.
I'm not used to things running smoothly, Andrew.
It's okay. We're 10 minutes in. We can bring the guest on. It's fine.
It seems like we should be a half hour before we even do that, but
well, that's on a normal train wreck kind of day.
But we moved on. We're professional. We're fluid and stylish and
professional.
Okay. So we're just gonna go with the podcast. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So welcome to my evil lair. We're going to do the random 9 list right now. Heyo.
Heyo.
Guess who's gonna help us out with it? None other than comedic genius, Mr. Bob Smiley.
Oh, we put him to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Is it 4 o'clock already? Wow,
yeah.
You guys are so professional, right on the dot.
That's a normal reaction to our opening bits. That's pretty right on the money there.
No, that was riveting. I love your take on Snuggies. That was really good. Wow.
Well,
here's the deal. I see why you guys are sponsored by a coffee company.
Well, yeah, it does help us get through the show.
Oh, the truth hurts.
Yeah, well, we did say there is a time limit to the show, but we usually go beyond that. So
yeah, that's for everybody's. that's for everybody's benefit, not just our own.
So, with that being said, welcome to the show, Mr. Smiley. Glad to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
And we're so glad that you've agreed to help us with our 9 random things that you can get done in a minute. That's right. That is our top, our 9 random 9 list. Yes, yeah. That's it. I didn't say top 9 list because that's been sequestered. And again, I think Bob mentioned it earlier that Letterman's got nothing but time to sue the hell out of me. So we're going to go with 9 random things you can do in a minute, and kicking it off is going to be Mr. Andy with number 9. Go ahead, Andrew.
So number 9, random things you can do in a minute. I can explain to Christian how to set up his email, but it takes a lifetime to understand, apparently.
Okay, can I jump in? I'm sorry. Why did we start late, Andy?
Because of my internet problems?
Yeah.
Because of my internet problems. No, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah. For the people that are listening, Andy was like, "Here we go, 3, 2,"
and then, totally froze.
Total frozen. And then, like, I don't know, 28 minutes later, 1, go. And then,
it's just like go, start the show. Go ahead, go.
My wife stands on the other side and watches the beginning of interviews that I do to see like how professional they are. And as soon as you froze, she's gone.
She's gone out there.
Yeah. So there went the one viewer that I was bringing to the table here.
Well, all right. Yeah.
Andy, you got it. Like your neighbor has to get better Wi-Fi. Like,
I know, right? Exactly. I will have a discussion with him over the fence this afternoon.
He probably changed his password. That's what happened.
That's true. Yeah.
It's now no longer Andrew is my neighbor that steals my internet. It's I hate the guy next door, so I changed my password.
Natilde. You got to have a special character.
Yeah.
No, that's how I got back in was using the password eat crow, Andy. So that's
right on. Well,
yeah.
Well played, sir.
That's
all right,
crazy. That's crazy that we have the same password. That's what
it's just amazing. Yeah.
I use the simplest and smartest one I could think of. Right, Andy?
Yes, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, Andy gives it away every week, and so I have to change it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So, damn it! Now I gotta change it again. Number 8. I can satisfy any woman around within a minute. No, really. I know how to put the dishes in the dishwasher and put them in correctly so they get washed well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah. I got that, babe.
I thought we were moving into a credit card commercial.
Oh God, no! We're going into the I get credit, debit, and when they are. Either way, I'm losing money left and right. So,
Yeah.
All right. So number 7, Mr. Smiley, this one's up to you. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna change it up and ad lib just to keep us in the vein of being married. You can come up with number 7 of the 9 things that you can do in less than a minute instead of take out the trash like your wife asked you, and you still have time to Google divorce lawyers. So there you go.
Except for me, because I would have to call Andy and go, Andy, I don't think the Google's working right.
right.
If you're calling Andy for internet service, from
Yeah,
what I've seen.
Well,
welcome to the Random Christian Show, Mr. Smiley. This is how it rolls every day. I randomly call him and just, hey, I don't think this is working. It is working. You're just doing it wrong. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you guys got the live stream hooked up on my MySpace pretty quickly. So you
see,
you definitely
now that I'm an expert in. I can, Tom and me are buddies. He's my number 1. He's been my number 1 since I signed up. So,
Oh, wow. Dude.
It's all good.
I never even had MySpace. That's how out of it I am, because I was too crowded. All right. Number 6, Andrew.
Number 6, random things you can do in a minute. Apparently get blocked by Sofia Vergara on Instagram. I have 0 regrets on how that went down. So I'm just letting you guys know. But the actual act took less than a minute, and I was there. I was blocked. Can't see her anymore. So,
well, I got some friends. I can hook you up.
Okay. All right. I think I just need a new profile. Then I can get blocked again.
And you know how to do that. So
I absolutely do. When my internet works. So,
If your internet works. Number 5, random things you can get done in a minute. Bring home the bacon. Or wait, hold on. I'm sorry. No, I have the song in my head. I can bring home the dinner, cook it up in the pan like a man. Get it done in a minute. And I ain't using no pan. Eating through hot and cold spots because I'm the microwave chef man. Yes. Oh, I
would like to get that minute back if I could.
Please.
There's a whole lot of people in line with you there, Bob. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, I'm actually at the back of the line going, my problem, my bad, my bad.
Yeah, we've just upset our one viewer right now. So
yeah. So
poor Corey.
Yeah. There, that's for Corey. There we go.
Yeah, that's it. All right, there we go.
Sometimes some of that. There it is. There it is. All right.
Perfect.
So, all right, Bob. Number 4 of the random things you can get done in a minute.
Well, again, I'm going to change it because I just learned this. You can help Andy get logged back into the show. that took about a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, it took a little longer than that, but yeah. All right. Number 3, Andrew.
Number 3, random things you can do in under a minute. Explain to my son that he doesn't get a burrito tonight. The ensuing fit will last much longer than a minute, or until I give in and actually get him that burrito.
Yes. And there's a video to accompany this that would back it up very well.
Right. Yeah.
If you've seen Andrew's Facebook page, because it's pretty classic. No.
Right. Yeah.
He's like pulling it away, and Andy's like, no, really. Andy went hungry that night, by the way. So
I did. Yeah, I lost my second half of a burrito, and I'm still bitter about it. 5 years ago. 5 years.
Just waiting for him to get old enough to punch him in the back of the head and take my burrito back. What's that for, Dad? You know. It's how it went in my house anyway. Number 2. Yeah, number 2 of the random 9 things that we can get done in a minute. I can put together a couple of websites with complex graphics and links to all their pages while designing creative and eye-catching logos while helping an inept yet kind gentleman that's good looking, according to his wife, while rearranging opening intros for a live stream show that is in the top 20 comedy interviews of said inept old man. Oh, wait, no, that's Andy. That's not me. Never mind. Yeah, that's Andy.
Oh.
Andy can get all that done.
Yeah. Despite
if
my
his internet works. If his internet works.
Despite my issues, Bob, I am quite competent in other areas.
And Bob's not believing it.
Yeah, Andy, if you have to tell people that, chances are it's not true.
Hey, for the record, I did not write this one. That man did.
Okay,
So-
you know the funniest thing, and I mean the only funny thing about this, 9 list that we have going is that Christian messaged me before, and he was like, "If you're gonna write something, send it to me because I'm afraid we're gonna have the same things." How would I have had that one that he just read?
No,
Well,
that's true.
That was actually done about 15 minutes before the show started, so that's why that one's there.
Okay, so at 4:05.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when my internet was coming back on.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Bob's being brutal now.
Sorry.
No.
I don't even know you guys well enough to pick on you, but the fact
Oh.
that you're friends with Corey, I feel like I can get away with it.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Well, yeah, we're friends. Yes, he's on my friends list. Which means I had a conversation with him a couple of years ago, and he just keeps finding a way to get in. It's weird.
Corey's my number 2 on MySpace, by the way. That's
A lot of people have said Corey is number 2. A
well,
lot of people have said that.
but not exactly those words.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
paraphrasing, but yeah.
right. Yeah. Well,
all right.
and we've just lost our only
And-
viewer. That was
and-
great. Thank
I
you,
was
Corey
gonna
Hall,
say-
for the
goes
10 minutes
Corey.
that you gave us today.
He comes back for one show with his
And-
hacky internet that he stole from Andy, and
Right.
And this is what he gets. All right, so the number 1 random 9 things that what? Oh, Bob, Jesus didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. You're right. Number
What?
1 reason. Oh, Corey's over here just being a
The
smarty.
shirt.
Yeah, your shirt that you wear. Jesus didn't
Oh.
say that.
Oh, yeah. The shirt that I sell on bobsmiley.com. I wasn't going to promote that, but if Corey wants to know where he can find that shirt available, it's bobsmiley.com.
Yes.
I'm just excited that Corey knows who Jesus is now. So he's come a long way.
It's not Allah as he once thought. All right. The number 1 reason of random things you can get done in a minute, Mr. Smiley.
Well, if it's 2 a.m., you can drop off 127 presidential votes.
Oh. Oh.
Yes.
Well done.
127.
That is genius. And that is why Mr. Smiley had the number 1, because of just that kind of thing right there. All right. Well, there it is. That's our top, our random 9. Why do I keep trying to say top?
It's it's
Don't
hard.
say it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to, but it's probably because my internet connection isn't very well.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, I have that, by the way.
It's okay. We can move on from.
Now we could. You're right. So, but without further ado, we have Mr. Smiley now all to ourselves without a random, disastrous 9 list that should have remained as random as possible with Andy's internet somewhere patching itself through.
Yeah,
to
we should have done the
Taiwan.
list. Yeah, we should have done the list in the 20 minutes before we started the show
Right.
when we were looking for something to do.
So now here we have Mr. Bob Smiley. Hello, sir. How are you?
I am good. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, hey, man, we're so glad that you are taking the time out to be with us. Where are you? Are you at home right now, or are you still well, yeah, you are. You're at home because unless
Yeah.
you carry around that background with you wherever you go.
Yeah, it's terrible. The amount of money I have to spend on Spirit Airlines when I fly with the wall, they charge me extra.
and the hotels are just like, okay, listen,
Yeah, I'm like, it's a comfort wall. It's a
Right.
it's a
It's a service wall. I need
it's
this wall
my
to
support
move on.
wall. That's what it is.
Yes,
Support wall.
there you go.
It's my
Yeah.
support wall.
Yeah.
I've got to have that. No, I'm good. Yeah, I live in northern Mexico, a place called Houston, Texas, and I'm home for about a week. So yeah, excited.
Beautiful. I thought northern Mexico was San Diego and Los Angeles, but
here's the deal. I think Mexico looked at California and was like, "Yeah, no, we're good. We're good."
Yeah.
So I don't think
we've been there. We've been there. We're going back. We're succeeding. We're building a wall for you.
Yeah.
My brother is a Houston-based comic as well.
Oh, nice. What's his name?
Tommy Drake.
Tommy is your brother?
Tommy is my brother.
Okay, so I know Tommy. We were going on a cruise, just my family and I. I wasn't working the cruise. I rarely work cruises. And did he tell you the story already?
No, he didn't. No.
And so we were walking. It was the first night they were having the big party on the promenade deck and stuff. And his wife was actually with him, and she had just gotten a DVD of mine. And so she stopped me. And so she was super nice. And she was like, yeah, my husband's a comic on the ship. And so then we were like, oh, we're going to a show. And then we got to meet him right before. Super awesome dude. One of the best comics out there.
Dude,
but
you're awesome.
We walked in late, and it was me and my 3 boys, and we all had come from this fancy dinner. So we all had these white shirts and ties on, and we walked in late, which I know you don't ever do to a comic. But we also told him that we would be there, and there were seats saved at the front, and so we walked in, and he roasted us for about 10 minutes. And then here's the best part, because I know what's going through his mind. He's roasting us, and as we got to the front, the spotlight then shone our faces, and he realized who we were. And he was like, "Oh, I actually know them. Okay, now it's awkward." And, it was so great. That dude is a fierce competitor on stage. He is so good.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He did the show in a neck brace.
Yeah, right after his neck surgery. He just had neck surgery a couple months ago, and that was the first thing he did after, and he was full on just. But no, he was drugged up just enough to keep it great. So
okay, so he was a comic. Okay,
right,
good.
Yeah. That's great that you know him though, and that's a great story. So oh man, that's awesome.
Something to talk about at Thanksgiving now.
There you go.
No, but and like I said, I kept emailing him and Andy. I'm like, dude, is he gonna be okay? Because and Andy's like, if he says he's good, he's good. And he kept responding to me, yeah, I'm fine. And then it's like we brought him in, like how you clicked in, and all of a sudden there's him, and he's just
he looked like
great. I'm fine.
He's
Let's
like Hannibal.
the jokes.
He's like Hannibal Lecter. Wheeling
right.
Hello, Andy.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Yes. It looks delicious. No, it doesn't. You're freaking me out. Stop it, Tommy. I'm gonna cry. But no, that's awesome that you know him. And yes, he is a phenomenal comedian. But you are phenomenal, man. I mean, you are just
I was wondering if you're gonna stick to the script. So I appreciate you finally getting back to that. Go ahead. What
I'm working on it. My internet's delayed, so there's Andy, you need to step into there and
I'll turn the wheel.
What's the main where do you get most of your inspiration from? I know you do a lot of topical things. Especially I have to say, dude, and I mentioned at the beginning of the show, the Smiley Minute is like one of my most favorite things that I find out in the day. I scroll through and I take a little break of work. I'm like, where is it? But I mean, now that's like a daily thing for you. How do you just fire all this stuff up all the time? Are you constantly looking at the news? Are you just grabbing something? You're like, it hits you, and then you're going.
Yeah, normally, like I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and so if somebody mentions anything in the news, I'll look it up and then pretty much think of a couple jokes. And during COVID, I was able to put out a Smiley Minute every single day. Now I'm
Yeah.
back to traveling all the time,
Yeah.
so now it's kind of like weekly. But yeah, I just kind of try to stay. Within the news bubble, and just grab stuff here and there that I think people will find interesting, and just put a couple of jokes on it and put it out there. And then as far as writing and where I come up with material, like I constantly try to keep thinking of stuff, but if I ever feel depressed that I'm not funny, or I like have writer's block, I'll do a really bad podcast interview with people, and they remind me how funny I am.
That
And it
horrible
really,
connections on the
yeah,
internet. And...
yeah, I'm like, oh, I can write a joke a little better than putting a Sharpie in my nose. I know that's a random. That's a
yes,
random
but
example.
can you write the joke with the Sharpie in your nose?
Yeah, yeah. So no,
See?
I'm gonna steal a line from one of my friends, Tim Hawkins, and are you on a teletype right now? What is that noise?
I am. Yeah, I'm sending money to Tel Aviv right now. So that's.
Gosh.
There we go.
That seriously sounded like an old typewriter. That's so great. That's explaining the internet problem now.
Right. Yeah.
Again, Andy is like the hugest multitasker, and he probably just developed a website and sent it to somebody because that's what he does also. And
I was actually sending a message to Tommy telling him that we're interviewing you right now. So that's all.
Oh, nice. So we're trying to double our viewers. Is what we're doing.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah. Get Corey some help in the chat there.
As long as his internet holds, we'll be all right.
Okay.
So all right, yes, and your inspiration. Now, I noticed you, the other day you did a great a little post. I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, or maybe it was both. But it was you asked your wife, wait, will you repeat that? Which I was like, oh my God. And I showed it to my wife. And of course I got the, just the straight stare, like, really? And I'm like, yeah, but this is how important it is to us because we're never right. So,
I was actually, so here's the story. I was walking into our bedroom, and we were discussing something, and she goes, oh, you're right. And all of a sudden I just stopped, and it was like slow motion.
Fell down.
And I turned around, and the cartoon bubble was still above her head of you're right. And then she turned around to start walking. So I pulled out my phone and hit record. And I was like, I'm sorry. And my wife is hilarious. My wife is so funny. So she knew right away what I was going for. Yeah. And so I was recording, and I was like, wait a minute, what'd you say? And she was like, you're not wrong. And I was like, no, wait a minute. No, wait, say it the way you say. And she goes, normally you're wrong, but in this very, very tiny little subject matter, you were not wrong. And I was like, yeah, but what about the way you said it before? You're and I tried to, get her, like I was feeding her lines like it was a movie, line. Yeah. You're, and she was like, ridiculous, and then walked off. And I was like, okay, that's the way it goes.
So and scene. Boom.
Yep. Scene, yeah,
and it was, and her timing was perfect. I mean, she is just a naturally. I mean, she seems like a great sport, very funny. I mean,
well, she still hadn't seen it, so I'm really, she doesn't follow me, so I'm really hoping that we'll skate by.
Well, and hopefully you have internet like Andy, so we'll be good there.
And
Andy and Corey apparently. So
right, yeah.
I'm trying to take it off of you now, Andy, and putting it on.
No, that's okay. No, leave it on me. I'm good.
Are you sure?
One time. No, hey, trust me, this is great. The one time I have internet problems coming into a show, I don't mind. I'm good.
Yeah, because I can see Corey's already started to come on fire now. He's
but
all
the funny thing is that if it does bug me, I could just pretend like I'm frozen, and it's just it's normal. You can just think I'm having more internet problems. Then it's all good.
Yes, and we'll just Andy, and then I can give you the old Thanos snap like this, and then it's just me and Bob. See how that works? Just like that. There we go. Why are you looking at your crotch, Andy? Now it's just getting weird. We pull you off camera for a second. You're like down like this.
It's 90 in Oregon today. I'm turning on my fan.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
bathroom time. See, and then
Right.
Bob froze. So, now Bob, you're on the road, like touring like mad right now. Is
Mhm.
this just, I mean, are you kind of like coming off the whole pandemic, rebooking everything, stuff, or is this just kind of normal? I mean, because it seems like every time I see you, oh, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. I mean, you are just constantly running.
Yeah, and I'm grateful to be back doing shows and stuff. 2020 I actually was sitting in front of my computer in March of 2020, and in a day and a half, I had 73 shows canceled. Like all my
Oh,
shows, except for
dude.
two for the rest of the year were the only ones that didn't cancel, but everything. And, again, I'm a Christian, so I always, like I know God's in control.
Right.
And he really did like bring us through that because we've got 5 tax deductions, all boys, counting on us like to have nonstop food and all this kind of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, we have 5 boys,
Oh,
and
Wow.
this is gonna sound like I'm bragging, but I became a 4-star reviewed Uber Eats driver, and
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So but that's literally how. And I kind of like switched my mind. I was like, okay, I'm going to treat it like a video game. So I would sit in my car with the phone and it would pop up. And I was like, okay, I get the food and I got to get it to the princess. And I jump on the freeway and, it was like Grand Theft Auto, unless I was doing it,
Right.
or
Yeah.
where I live, it's more like Red Dead Redemption. But, I would like, I literally would like, and that's what I would do all day is I would Uber Eats drive because all of a sudden, I've been doing this is my 25th year of doing stand up, and all of a sudden it was just gone. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, what do I do? And the other thing I did for people that are like viewing this and not just listening. Oh, by the way, I think I'm supposed to say iHeart is the greatest organization in the world. And Christian is going to make a great clown. Okay. Sorry, I got
Yes.
to take care of that business.
Wait.
No, thank you.
But I
Damn
write.
it, I was sold out.
You're going to be. Yeah, you're sure right. This is going to be great.
Oh no.
But the other thing I did during the pandemic was I write for Focus on the Family for their middle school magazine. I write this character called the Average Boy, and so it's like a comedy monthly article. And I'd put out 2 books under the Average Boy series for kids. And then during the quarantine, actually right before COVID showed up, we started an Average Boy podcast for families to listen to. And we didn't know if it was going to, take, if families would actually listen to podcasts with their kids. And they were short, like 20-minute little podcasts that are just fun for, kids and stuff. Well, I think the pandemic helped because all of a sudden that podcast just exploded. And so I got a 3rd Average Boy book deal during that time. So I was still busy is the whole point of this whole plot that I'm giving you. I know you asked a simple question, but so I stayed busy during the quarantine, but man, I could not wait to get back. I was in my grocery store one time and I was getting some food, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I know you." And I just had a Dry Bar comedy special come out online. So I thought,
oh wow.
So normally I don't get cocky about getting recognized, but I was like, "Oh, did you see my Dry Bar special?" And he goes, "No, you delivered food to us Sunday night." And I was like, "Oh, I forgot. I'm an Uber Eats driver."
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. You were the
that's great.
Smith. You ordered from Wong's down the street. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But so that's what I did. So I am so grateful to be back on the road doing shows, and yeah, my schedule is starting to look like the old days. Just going from place to place and hopefully making people laugh. And I think I think the quarantine really hurt a lot of people mentally, and
Right.
they were isolated and stuff. And I think they all need to come together and laugh for a while. So I'm really grateful to be back doing this.
Well, now, and you also had another. Didn't you have another podcast going on, right? Where you were?
Yeah.
You were.
My wife and I had a podcast called Hook, Line, and Smiley. And again, she is hilarious and also very insightful on stuff. So we did a podcast. Initially, it was started out to be about like blending a family and struggles of being newlyweds and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we branched out to all sorts of, topics and stuff like that. I think we did 60 episodes. And then when stuff started coming, back and we could get out of the house and things like that, it got really busy. So we kind of put it on hold right now since I've been traveling so much.
Right.
But that definitely is on our radar to start back up. And especially now that I see that anybody can do a podcast. And so that's really encouraged me.
Really? I mean,
I don't even know you guys well enough to be slamming you like that. I'm so sorry.
You know what? This
Well,
is
we wouldn't-
nothing new to either one of us. It just happened.
No, seriously, like we would not expect anything less. Please.
So, things would get awkward if you were actually complimentary to us. So again, it's just what we're used to. Ask Corey. Corey's always kind of chiming in his
Today the role of Corey Hall is being played by Bob Smiley.
yeah, really. And we're just handing it in.
Right.
Now your touring schedule though, I mean, like I said, this thing is really hectic, and I didn't know you had 5 boys, for Lord's sake. How do you manage that, your family time? I mean, do you well, you don't do a lot of local. I mean, I know you do local shows, but you do. I mean, you're all over the place, man. How does this add in? I mean, they're like, is that Dad? No, that was the postman again. Awesome. Okay. Hey, we got another Amazon delivery, or it's Dad. One or the other.
Here's the big secret about what I do. One, I cap how many shows I do a year so that I am not on the road too much. And so normally I'm out on Friday, Saturday, and then I'm home all week. So
nice.
If I keep that schedule, I can do the set amount of shows that I've, said that I'm going to do in a year. That's enough to provide for my family. But I'm actually home more than most dads and husbands, because I'm home all week and I try to get all my work done on the road, like in hotels and stuff. And so when I'm home, I try to just be home. So when the kids get off the bus at school at 3:30, we're playing outside. And
nice.
I see all the other dads come home, whatever time. I don't know what time people get off for real work, but I see the cars come into the neighborhood and dads, go in and stuff. And I'm like, I've already been playing with my kids for 2 hours, So the secret is, I'm on the road a lot, but as long as I keep a certain number of shows a year, and as long as I'm really strategic about, getting all my work done whenever, they're at school or when I'm on the road and stuff. And then whenever I'm home, it's just family time.
Nice. No, that is awesome. I mean, especially with 5 boys, man. Do you mind if I ask what are the age ranges?
So 11 to, and our oldest just turned 23. So he's out of the house technically.
Okay.
But not technically.
But not really.
Yeah, he comes over every day. And once a week we call him Laundry Claus because he walks in with just a big old bag, like he's gonna give gifts to us, but he doesn't. He walks right into the laundry room.
Oh, he's got gifts of smelly socks and well, I'm not sure what this is, but can I wash this alone? Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be great because I've been that son where it's like when I was the only boy. So I'd walk in, hey Mom, what's up? What's in the fridge? Did you go shopping? Yeah. You don't live here anymore. Get out. I'm just doing some laundry and there's no food in the freezer and so
So we have an 11-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old. We have a 19-year-old that started college last year. So we actually technically have 2 kids out of the house, but they're here, a lot, which is great, which is we want. So it's a loud but very fun house. Nice.
And so now are any of them apples off of the tree there? I mean, you got some little stand-ups brewing.
Yeah, my oldest decided about actually right before COVID, he came to me and he said, I think I want to do stand-up. And he could tell by my face. So he immediately jumped in. He goes, I'm not going to try to make this my career. It's, I know how hard it is. Like, because I'm thinking we can't have 2 broke people in this family. Like, and he said, I just want to do it just because it looks fun. And then the second question I had is like, well, you got to start writing. And he was very, very smart because he wrote for 6 months before he came and told me. And so he had a book, and he was like, this is what I've been working on. And he showed me, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. And so we actually booked a show that was a local show for us to do in March. It was the week before all of a sudden, like, Texas quarantined. And so we ended up having to cancel his first show. And then in 2021, he actually got up on stage and opened for me for the first time. And I was very proud as a dad and very angry as a comedian, because he got up and he did really well his first time out.
Yep.
Which is not fair, like not fair at all. But he's opened for me 4 times now. And, you know, he's got a good solid 8 minutes, and he just enjoys doing that. And, you know, but it's not something he's like pursuing. The rest of my kids are really funny, but they also have other interests that they're, you know, into. I think all my kids are going to use comedy in whatever they pursue, but I don't think anybody's pursuing doing this.
Yeah. No, that's, oh man, that is so cool though. I mean, to have your son open it up for you and everything, dude, that's just a huge compliment to who you are as just a person, because I mean, I've done stand up and stuff like that and some improv, and it is not the easiest thing. Everybody's like, oh man, you're only up there for a few minutes. It's like, yeah, well, it seems like about 9 hours. And
yeah. When you sent me that list of, you know, the 9 things you can do under a minute, one of the things I thought of is you can find out if a joke works or not.
Yep.
It's going to seem like way more than a minute, because when my son first came to me, you know, I said, okay, I'll book a show and we'll, you know, promote it and all that, and you can open for me. How long do you want to do? And he said, maybe 25, 30 minutes. And I was like, Coulter, you're going to do 5 and it's going to feel like an hour.
Yeah.
And so let's do 5. And you could see, like, 4 minutes in, he was kind of like, he was landing the plane really well, but you could see he was like, oh, I've been up here a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
I've been circling the airport. I'm running out of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know that feeling. First time I did a stand up, I guess it was an open mic night, and you know, they only give you a few minutes, but oh my Lord, my first bit kind of hit, and then right in the middle, just like all of a sudden everybody was holding their breath. That's how quiet it was. I was like, oh wow, that was not good. And it was back before I became more of a Christian, and so it was kind of a topical push the button kind of joke, and that didn't work. That did not work. So I kind of rounded it out real quick and got them to chuckle. And then I was like, okay, thanks. This has been fun. They're like, no, you still got
you still got 2 minutes. Yeah. That's
what?
The worst.
No, you gotta let me go on. So yeah. But that's just a huge compliment. So that is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you've been doing this for 25 years now, correct?
Yep, it's 25th year.
Dude, that is amazing. Now what was your whole inspiration to getting this started? I mean, were you just kind of generally always cracking jokes when you were a kid? I mean, is this just kind of something that somebody said, "Hey, you should do this. You should do a little stand up"?
Yes is the answer to all of that. So my dad is super funny. He's like one of the funniest guys I've ever known. And he was my school superintendent. And we grew up in a very, very small town. We had 281 people in our entire little town. That was it.
Oh, wow.
My dad's joke was our idea of a large industrial company was a 200-pound Avon lady. That was his joke. Yeah.
Yes.
I would never tell that joke, but that's my dad's joke. And so my dad was always very, very funny. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't have a drummer walk around. But so he would do things that were really funny. We would all eat lunch together, and my dad would come in and go, "Hey, I need you to stand up for a second, help me with the presentation." And I'd stand up, and he goes, "Can I have everybody's attention, please? This is what it looks like if you don't drink your milk. So drink your milk, everybody."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Boy.
I got him back because I told everybody that I was his son. So I got him good. I got him really good. But
this is what happens after a good night of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad was very funny. So I watched him use comedy to alleviate situations or to be able to like befriend people that were known in the town to not, be able to be friends with. And so I realized early on that comedy was a very powerful tool. And again, I never thought I could do stand up. So I wasn't pursuing it or anything, but whatever I was going to do in life, and I was always known as the funny kid in school. And so I was like, no matter what, I'm going to be the funny person in the room. I just never thought that it would be me on stage. And throughout my life, you actually kind of mentioned this, but throughout my life, people kept coming up to me telling me I should do stand up. But I thought you had to do it in bars and comedy clubs. And it was a very dark lifestyle. And it was, performing in front of drunks and Andy. And, there was like all this, like, I didn't want that kind of lifestyle. So I was going to be a teacher because I was looking around and seeing that young kids were growing up without a positive male role model. And so I thought, well, okay, I can be a teacher and God can use me and I can definitely use comedy, in the classroom. And my junior year in college, they had a stand-up competition and I just did it for the money. In fact, I didn't even sign up. The lady called me the night before and asked me, how come I didn't sign up? And she kind of talked me into it. So I showed up, did the stand-up competition, won only because everybody else was terrible. It wasn't because I was good. Like, everybody was so bad. Like one guy had a big sombrero and his whole act was standing over the front row going, shouldn't have sat on the front row. My sombrero's going to fall on you.
Oh,
that was like his whole, like, it was just so I won. Yeah. I won $500, which it was in Abilene, Texas. So that was like 6 months rent. And I thought, what a great experience. I'll be able to tell my kids, that, hey, I once won a stand-up competition. So I graduated before I became a teacher.
Still to this day, they're like, yeah, right, Dad.
Yeah. They were like, let's see the trophy. Yeah. So graduated before I became a teacher. I wanted to see what it was like to make money, and teachers don't. So I did photography because I'd been working photography during the summers with a family friend of ours. So I did photography for a year and was, just kind of getting a nest egg, set up so I wasn't in debt and that kind of stuff. And was kind of looking around to see where I might want to apply for teaching jobs. And this guy, actually, this is going to tell everybody how old I am, but my pager went off.
Yep.
Because I made that kind of money. And I was like, I pulled over. I was driving when I got the page, and I pulled over, and it was area code 615, which I didn't know was Nashville. And I pulled over to a Cracker Barrel payphone in Dallas, Texas. And
now you just dated yourself with the payphone.
Yeah. I closed the little door. I had to ask Superman to get out and quit changing. And
it's only room for one in here, man.
Yeah. And so I called the number, and now I sent him a telegraph. I'm going to see how old I can make me sound. He faxed me back. And so no, I called him, and he was like, hey, and he told me his name, and I, had hung out with him off and on in college, and he was out, he'd gone to Nashville to become a singer or to get in the management of the, the singing world and stuff. And so he was road managing this guy named Clay Cross, who had just won New Artist of the Year for the GMA Awards. And so he was getting ready to go out on tour. And Clay, the singer, said that it'd be fun to have a comedian come out and kind of keep the crowd entertained in between the musical acts on the tour. And so this guy that I went to college with was road managing. And he was like, well, I've got to hire a merch guy. I saw this guy do this stand-up competition in college. And so he tracked me down and called me, and he was like, do you want to go on tour? We can pay you to go out and sell the merch, be the merch manager.
Right.
Because we don't have money to pay you to, be an entertainer, but we really are bringing you out we want you to get up and kind of MC and do stand-up in between the acts and stuff. Are you interested? And I was like, I remember standing at a Cracker Barrel payphone, not realizing my whole life was about to change, because I was like, how long's the tour? And he was like, well, it's 6 weeks, but it may go into 8 weeks. Like, they're still booking the end of the tour. And I was like, okay. Like, I had no idea that my life was about to change. So I hung up. I booked a $99 Southwest Airline one-way ticket to Nashville, and flew to Nashville. Got off a plane, got on a tour bus, and went out as a comedian. And with no idea of what I was doing. That's why when, like, I do all clean comedy, so a lot of families come to my shows. And so kids will come up to me and they'll be like, I want to be a comedian. How do I do it? And I'm like, do a stand-up competition your junior year in college and wait for somebody to call you. Duh.
Like, go wait at the Cracker Barrel payphone.
Yeah,
right. Get a pager.
Get a pager. And wait for.
And be prepared to fax a lot of papers.
Yeah. Right.
On dial.
Oh, wow.
What's a dial?
I did that tour, and I did. We were having family movie night the other night, and I was like looking at all my kids were over, and I was looking at their faces glowing, and I was just like, and it was great for a second, and then I realized they were glowing because all their faces were in their phones. And you know what? I actually said a great thing. I stood up as the dad, and I was like, guys, this is our family time. Put your phones away. If you are cheating yourself out of present moments, you're actually cheating yourself out of future past memories.
Ooh.
And it was dead quiet. And and then I was like, hang on, I got to tweet that. And I got on my phone. Right. But
I got to post that on all 5 of my socials and then email.
I'll be back in an hour, guys.
Yeah. But it did and my son, my oldest son, was trying to make a playlist on his phone, and he got mad because he said our Wi-Fi was too slow, and he actually threw his phone down, which was dangerous because it's a Galaxy, so it bursts into flames. But he was mad. He was mad because he was trying to move songs over, and he was saying it was taking too long to download, and I was like. Because, I don't know how old you guys are, but do you remember what we had to do to make a playlist? You had to get like a boombox and put it in front of another radio, and you had to be
You have to sync it just right.
And hope, right. That's right. Hope that the radio DJ plays the song. Like, you could call and request it, but it might not come on for a half an hour. Meantime, you've wasted 5 tapes just trying to get it to record, and then you need to put it on the other tape, so you have to get a double-decker boombox. So you have to find out where it is on that tape, press record to the other tape. I've wasted a good portion of my youth making the perfect mixtape.
Yeah,
to just
we're old enough.
You had to be right on. I totally forgot about that. But for years, I thought Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine" ended with a Taco Bell commercial. So
right. That's not it. That's somebody faking that song.
That's what I had.
Or if the DJ was trying to hit the post before the lyrics started and you miss all of the intro, you get someone talking over the intro about, what the weather is in Santa Barbara today. It's like, come on, it's like.
Hey, we only do that every now and then. We just that way nobody can tape over us, or we're etched in your minds forever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, right. Just being a former DJ, it's what we do, and it's really annoying, but it makes us laugh evilly. We go, that was "Sweet Child of Mine." Oh wait, I'm talking over the song again. You're like, damn.
It is a brave new world, man. Yeah. So technology. I don't know how we got off on that whole topic, but yeah. So
it's a random Christian show.
Yeah,
that's what
happens. Go wait by a payphone is the answer to how you get into this.
And this will bring your success. Hey Bob, I got to do a commercial real quick. So can you hang out just for a few minutes while our sponsor PJ's Coffee. And then we'll come back, and I want to talk to you more about being on the road and whatnot. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah. And do you need my address where to send the coffee?
Yes, I will get that
we'll
from you.
We'll do that off the air. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, or we could do it on the air. You fax it to me. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, page me. Yeah, here's my pager.
Yeah. All right, hang on one second, guys, while we run our my technically sound. This will work just great. It's rolling. The Random Christian Show is now sponsored by PJ's Coffee of New Orleans, specializing in small batch roasted coffees and teas and delicious beignets and baked goodies. Now, obviously, the coffees are mind-blowingly amazing, okay? My personal favorite is the Roast 35 in Papua New Guinea because I like the dark roast, but hey, they have a great variety from light to dark and even in decaf. Maybe you want some tea or some chocolate? Well, they've got that, and hot or cold as well, and even blended drinks to help beat this summer heat. PJ's offers pour-overs or hot or cold drips, and nothing says PJ's of New Orleans like a beignet. Yeah, that's right. These delicious little morsels from heaven complement any of these beverages or just a munch on alone. PJ's has scones, muffins, bagels, croissants, and sandwiches. Yeah, that's right. My favorite is the Cuban. Muy delicioso. At PJ's of New Orleans, the coffee starts with the selection, and they are finicky, all right? But it shows in the quality and the deliciousness of this coffee. Okay, then they small batch roast it. That's right. They give it the love it deserves for each unique flavor by roast master Felton Jones. PJ's of New Orleans is a small franchise, but they are growing, and they take great pride in their product by doing just that, keeping it small and keeping it under control. Now, there are locations growing throughout the U.S. in Louisiana, of course, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, now in New Jersey and Maryland, and out west they've got Colorado, California, and of course right here in Missouri and Kansas City up in Platte City, Missouri. Maybe there's no PJ's Coffee near you. Well, what do? You get on the interweb and you go to pjscoffee.com, and they're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. You can order the coffees you need right from their website at pjscoffee.com, or you can find a location that's near you and go there and get it yourself along with some delicious food. All right, pjscoffee.com. Check them out, PJ's Coffee of New Orleans. If you mention the Random Christian Show, you're going to get a 15% discount, especially here in Platte City, Missouri. All right, PJ's Coffee of New Orleans. Go to the interweb, pjscoffee.com, order you some coffee or find a location near you. Get your order online and have it ready for you when you get there, or use the drive-thru. All right, PJ's Coffee of New Orleans at pjscoffee.com. Small batch roasted coffee because they care. And we do care because we love you. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the love. I'm not good at doing that, but somebody is. Anyway, welcome back. It is the Random Christian Show. We have comedian Bob Smiley. See, Bob's got it down. We're running out of time, so I know I wanted to get back into talking about you traveling on the show and whatnot, because I mean, like I said, you are constantly running around out there. But I love the fact that of how you scheduled it so you get your family time in. That is just awesome. I wish I had that availability. Now,
you talked about, sorry to jump in, but you talked about like writing. I get a lot of stuff written on the road because weird stuff happens all the time. I don't know if you saw this video of me telling the story, but right when the pandemic was over, I had to take every show, that was offered. And so I was in Lubbock, Texas, and I was going up to the rental car, and there was nobody in line, which is rare. And I was walking up, and this girl, like college age girl, cuts in front of me, and she has this like plaque that has, and I'm going to forget the names now, but it was like Andrew and Leslie, like embroidered on this little plaque, like this frame kind of deal. And she walks up and she cuts right in front of me and sets the little frame down on the deal. And she was like, "I'm late for a rehearsal dinner. So can we get me checked in quickly?" And the guy, at the rental car place even looked over at me like, should I? And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, "Go ahead and help her." I didn't say that out loud, but I gave him that look because I already thought of what I was going to do. And so he checks her in, gives her the keys. And as she's starting to walk past me, and she's like, she knows she cut right in front of me, but she just doesn't care. And as she's walking, I go, "Hey, are you going to Andrew and Leslie's wedding?" And she goes, "Yeah, who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm the guy that Andrew hired for the wedding prank." And she was like, "What? No, Leslie doesn't want a prank. And I was like, it's fine. We tested it. The silly string does not stick to the dress. It's going to be great. And she's like, what? No. And I was like, you're going to be late. And she was like, and she had that dilemma of like, she was going to be late.
Oh my goodness.
And she pulled her phone out and started calling, I assume, Leslie. And so like that kind of stuff, like you just live life and watch. And
you cannot make that up.
Yeah, it was so great. So stuff, whenever I'm in a long line or, anything that normally would get you frustrated with traveling,
right?
I'm like, man, this is just like my life is on pause right now, so I can look around and look for more great comedy. So it's, it's fun.
And because it's life, and that's the thing. I mean, it is what you make of it, and I love the fact that that's a perfect example of what makes your comedy so just genius, because it's quick. I mean, you can improvise so fast and so well. I can't wait. I'm hopefully you're coming to Kansas City soon someday. And within the next year, I don't know. But
thank you. I do think my comedy is quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, my internet was screwing up. What's that?
I said particularly nice weather.
Yes, it is. When my fax machine works. Now, okay, so we were talking about this board that you carry around behind you while you're traveling.
My wall.
When you're out traveling, do you pack the bare minimum? Or, especially with 5 kids, like they're always like, hey, bring us something from here or there or whatever. I mean, you get that a lot, don't you?
Yeah. In fact, for about the first 7 years of me traveling, my kids got space helmets. I would bring home space helmets because they didn't know what a shower cap was. And so they thought these space helmets were the coolest things. They'd bubble up and they'd run around. I'm an astronaut. And I was like, that's so great.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. And that's what your friends are going to say too. Astronaut.
Yeah.
Maybe without the tronaut, but you're going
I'm an astronaut for the shuttle Motel 6.
Yay. Yeah.
Well, I got the Hilton astronaut. Yeah. But so when you're out there on the road, are you and plus I heard you talking about carrying around your merchandise. You've got a whole suitcase just for your DVDs and all that. How hectic can that get? It's
just like anything else. Like you get used to it. You get you figure out what works. I have 2 big suitcases that holds all my t-shirts, and I do bring some DVDs in case an Amish person, comes to my show. Nobody buys DVDs.
Building one done. Yeah.
Okay. True story. I actually just was in Pennsylvania last weekend, and it was a corporate event they made stoves, and they warned me. They said, 75% of the audience is going to be Amish. And I was like, yeah, that's no problem. I've done shows for Amish people before. What they didn't tell me was the other 25% were Mennonites. So it was a sea of bonnets, and and it was nothing makes you realize how much technology is in your show than talking about, and it was like, anybody been to Chuck E. Cheese lately? Like, nope. Like it was just, it was different. But yeah, I've got now 3 Average Boy books, and so books really sell well because kids actually still read books and like to laugh, and so those get really heavy. But I've got these 2 suitcases that I know I can pack enough merch in for the shows, and then I've got a little separate compartment in the biggest suitcase that's all my clothes and normally, like I said, I'm out for 1 or 2 days maximum. So I don't have to pack a lot of clothes and stuff. And then I've got a carry-on bag. And so you just figure out, it's just part of the job. You figure out how to travel and, get everything concise and in and all that.
And jumping through all those hotel rooms and stuff. Now, I remember you talking about the there was a curious stain on one of them.
Yeah, my favorite hotel game is Guess the Stain.
Yeah,
You
Guess the
walk
Stain. That's
in,
what it was.
and you're just like, I think this was once a possum, but there's no way to be sure. And yeah, I've had just some nightmare hotel stories, and weird stuff happening. People knocking on the door or getting the wrong. Like when they first came out with the keys that were the just plastic card.
Oh yeah. And you keep hearing them swipe it.
And yeah, salute. And
this
then
is my room. I don't know why the key won't work. Call the front desk.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your room. Yeah, it is. Shut up. I'll be in there in a minute. Oh.
Yeah. That's actually a great old joke of the guy kept coming back and the guy kept opening the door going, "This isn't your room." And finally, like after 4 times, the drunk guy's like, "How many rooms did you rent?"
Because these keys don't work in any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I've been that guy, so I'm so. But that was a long time ago. Doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, you were building a testimony. We get it. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Amish. So it took some time, but it was well done.
Yeah.
And very solid and well built.
The first Amish show I ever did, I think it was my 3rd year doing stand-up, and I had a booking agent, and they booked me into this corporate for this cheese factory, and they did not tell me they were all Amish. And it was at a little convention center across the street from the hotel I was at. So I walked over carrying my suitcase full of CDs, which I would not sell that night. And
not at all.
This is how dumb I'm going to say I was at the time. This is how naive. The whole parking lot was full of horses and buggies. But I'm looking at it going, this is the most romantic group
I was going to say
ever performed.
Right.
Because I had no idea. And then I walked in and I was like,
they all came in horses. Oh, this is great. This is like a Valentine's show. It's so cool.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it is there, lad. Nah.
Yeah. And the guy
I think
really was Jedediah. And,
oh, no way.
Yeah, and they were a blast. They were so funny. And here's the cool thing. They said do 45 minutes if you can. Don't feel like you have to, but if you can do 45. And at the time, like I do an hour easy, but normally my shows are like an hour 15, hour 20. And especially back then, I was just like really getting my comedy legs under me. So I was enjoying doing long. So I did 45 minutes and then I ended it, and they kept coming up. They were so polite, and they were like, "We can't believe how long you were able to make us laugh." And I was like, 45 minutes is so short. But here's what I thought. And this isn't a funny story. I just think this is a great, reflection on society. 45 minutes. They don't watch TV. They're not constantly entertained. Yeah. So 45 minutes was like Dances with Wolves to them. That was like the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah.
And so I thought, their attention spans have not been beat down to where it has to be like not. So yeah, that was actually a really good experience.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny. Like same kind of thing. I took my kids. They saw Endgame, right? And you're like, "Oh my gosh, that movie was so long." I'm like, no, that's what's called an epic. That's what it's about. This is a completion of the series. Then you just fine. You'll never get it. So just we'll rent it on DVD. It'll be fine. It'll be good. We'll do it live. Speaking of doing it live,
we'll do it live. Oh, nice reference. That's great. That's so good.
We actually have that. It's one of my favorite little audio clips.
Sound bites. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, where is it? Let's just now it's in there. Anyway, so what I want to do right now, I want to let's talk about your website. Is it just bobsmiley.com? What is it?
Yeah, website it's your homepage, Christian, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You guys are no fans. Yeah, bobsmiley.com. I am on Instagram, Facebook. If your listeners are sinners, I'm on TikTok. So you can check that out.
And now and let's where you got some shows coming up here real soon.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm actually off for like a week and a half. So I have not looked to see where I'm going to be. I've got 2 shows in Texas, in East Texas coming up, but not until, in August. And then it doesn't really start back up until September. So I'm actually kind of off for it. So I've got 4 shows in August, but they're all in Texas. And then I've got Illinois. I'm back in Texas. I'm in Wisconsin. Oh, wow. This is good for me to read because I didn't know I was going to all these places.
Didn't even know it was booked.
Yeah. I guess
well,
my wife booked a
just keep going right around Kansas City.
in
I get it.
Louisiana. Yeah. No, all you have to do is tell your church. Well, if I'm talking to the listeners now, obviously you guys don't go to church, but
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Our Lady of the 2-drink minimum? What's your
No.
church called?
No, it's called The Rock in Kansas City.
Okay.
In fact, I just had my pastor on not too long ago.
Why hadn't The Rock brought me in?
I will find out and I'll get you in here. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to come to your show.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. People are always like, come here. And I'm like, tell your church to contact me and we'll put together a show.
Okay. I'll get it done. I'll
Okay.
get it done. Or if not that church, I'll find another church. I'll get you there. How's that?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So to my pastor. Okay. So bobsmiley.com. And you're touring basically, it sounds more like Midwest, Texas, Midwest kind of area right now.
It's kind of all over because it really is like whoever wants to bring me in, and I mostly fly. So I'm not putting together. I did see that. I just found out I have a run through Louisiana at the end of the fall. But normally it's like fly here, and then back home. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, really, I can go anywhere.
Right on. All right. Well, then we will. Hey, listen. Let's do a little something because I know we're getting short on time here. Let's do something real quick. We like to call the
Random questions of insanity.
Oh, that's what it is.
Hey.
Yes. And we like to just
We'll do it live.
there. That's what
There
it
it
is.
is.
No, we'll do it live.
Such a
Do
Yes.
it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. We used to start the show basically with that because we'd always be running right on time like clockwork. So random
exactly.
questions of insanity is basically a list of questions that we like to ask our guests. There is no right or wrong answers. It's just
I
lot of
will
fun.
test that.
Well, there is a couple that are wrong, and those electrodes that are hooked up to your chair that we had your wife work with us on.
Mhm.
Those
Well,
will give you
you've already answered one of our questions wrongly in Christian's eyes anyway. So
I wouldn't say wrong. It's not that I hate Batman, but I believe Iron Man would be the better choice to save the world. Which he would.
Which, like I said at the beginning when we were supposed to start on time,
Andy.
I said there are 2 kinds of people that think Batman is the best, and then people that are entitled to be wrong. So, it takes all kinds.
Perfect. Okay. Well, and I believe Bob would be a good candidate for our first question that sometimes we have to surpass. But let's go with this one, Bob. What is your best James Bond film? What is your favorite James Bond film?
I actually have never seen a James Bond film.
Ooh, all right.
So I'm going to go with VeggieTales, Rack Shack, and Benny.
And that is actually a great VeggieTale, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said
good
there
answer.
were no wrong answer.
I was going to say that is an
And
excellent answer.
No, that works for us.
And that's the one where the evil cat is soothed and saved.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I really don't think I've seen a James Bond movie.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm a Christian, but you have seen lots of them, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Why isn't that special? Somebody will be taking a little trip down to the pastor. Okay. What is your favorite sandwich? Bread to bread. What kind of bread and what all's in it?
I like sweet and sourdough bread, and then a little bit of mayo, and then I like Black Forest ham. Then one slice, a couple of Black Forest ham, one slice of turkey, some salami, and then back with Black Forest ham, and then a thinly cut tomato, very thin, like razor thin, and then Swiss cheese, lightly melted before you put it on the sandwich. So everything else is crisp and cold.
Ooh.
Then the melted Swiss, and then a little bit of mayo, or if I'm feeling crazy, a little bit of horseradish on the top of the bread.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Excellent answer.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Nope. Even bigger fan now. And I like the sourdough choice. That is my absolute favorite bread. So well done there. All right, Andrew, hit us.
If you could open for any stand-up comic that is no longer with us, who would that be?
Gary Shandling. He was a dude I watched growing up, and that was my dad would let me watch the monologue of Carson. The Tonight Show. He would let me stay up and watch the monologue, and then if there was a comedian on, he would let me stay up and watch the comedian. And
nice.
Gary Shandling was the first one I ever remember, and I remember just sitting there, one, laughing, but two, like, wait a minute, that's a job? Like, I was like,
he's getting paid,
and I was like, that dude just walked on and just talked, because I can't play an instrument. I don't have any other talents, and I was like, wait a minute, so you could just go up on stage and make people laugh. And so Gary Shandling, I really liked him growing up, and when he passed away, that was a kind of a dark time.
Wow.
Man, I thought he was, so I would love to open for him.
Oh, that's such a great choice. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
But if it's all if it's not people that are dead, like if it's any comic, I would probably say Tommy Drake.
Out on the boat, yes,
right, yeah,
the free cruise for the trips for the kids and family.
I get Tommy's email where he'll be putting together a comedy show in Houston, and it'll pop up, and I'm like, checking my phone. Yep, no text, Tommy. I'm right here.
Wow,
right, yeah,
Tommy, dude.
I will give him the same amount of crap you gave me today. So
okay, good.
Yes, excellent. All right, Bob, let's see. What do I got here? Okay, since we've already settled the Iron Man Batman debate, which is Iron Man winning, who wins in a fight, Kirk or Picard?
I'm gonna go with Julie.
Well, duh. That's the easy answer.
Am I supposed to know those names?
Captain James T. Kirk or
no,
Jean-Luc Picard. But Julie is a correct answer. So well done.
Jean-Luc Picard. Okay, I thought you meant Bible characters, but okay, you're talking about people I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
No, Star Trek.
Oh, you know what? I have also never seen a Star Trek episode or movie or anything. And the only reason why is because I was dating this girl in college. I really was. Go with me on this. This is my story. I was dating her, and I mentioned that I'd never seen Star Trek, and she flipped out. And I was like, oh, now it's on. I'm never going to watch. And so I still have never seen a Star Trek episode or a movie at all.
Oh, wow.
That's
funny.
I
know who Captain Kirk is because Michael Myers needed his mask for Halloween. But other than that, I don't really have a reference.
Well, actually, Julie was the correct answer. You've actually won the secret top prize, which is a guest spot on the Random Christian Show.
Really?
Oh, how fortuitous was that? All right,
I think
great.
you're saying it wrong. The epic Random Christian Show. Did
It
you say
is.
epic things that are over 3 hours?
Right.
Yes, with that subtle hint, let's do two more quick wrap up questions, and then we'll get you out of here.
All right. And then I'll give you my address to send the hat and the coffee.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely,
right.
sir.
So your food is bad as a restaurant. Do you say anything?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And
And
just
have.
get it back on the plate and go, I can
Right.
still see the jockey marks.
Yeah. No, if it's, I mean, because a lot of restaurants, they actually want to know, like if you
Right.
serve something, they actually want to know. I do it.
They really do.
usually in a funny way or a nice way. I'm not one of those like, take this away and bring me the head of somebody important, like
Right.
I'm like, hey, this is not, really
Yeah.
good. Or, I don't know if I said I don't want hair in it, but I really don't,
Right.
Well, and when you're asking for, the head of the person that made it, well, they just say, well, that's what you're eating.
Yeah, that's what you have right now.
Unfortunately, the freezer broke, so we just shopped up the busboy. But it's Soylent
Last
Green.
question.
Yes, you have 30 seconds to tell the world something. What is it?
I'm going Christian, and I mean it. Jesus loves you, and you should take that love and spread it to the world. Like, I think if we had more love, I think once you realize how much God loves you, it should set you free to go out and love on other people. And I think that would heal a lot of stuff. Not a funny answer, but that's my answer.
No, that is the most awesome, amazing answer ever. And that is exactly correct. Trust in God. God loves you. That's what it's about. Yes. Yep. All right. Hey, Bob, I know you got to get going, and I appreciate you hanging with us. And I'm sorry, we're probably running a little over. BobSmiley.com. You got shows coming up, Texas, Louisiana, all over. Go to the BobSmiley.com. You'll have a link to our on our page as well. And check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on Spotify. Buy his discs, buy his DVDs, buy his shirts, and do whatever you can to support this gentleman. Let me ask you one quick thing. I've had a blast, but I still have a whole list of things I want to talk to you about. Would you be willing to come back on the show and spend some more time with us, sir?
Oh, yeah.
And there goes the internet.
And that's really all I have to say about that.
Well, we'll take that as a possible no. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is Mr. Bob Smiley. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, sir. And we appreciate your time. Please come back when you can, sir. Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it.
Bob.
Oh,
Bob, thank you.
One other thing. Sorry, I know we're running late, but this is like the most important thing. Never, ever, ever. How do I leave this place? Okay.
Oh, he did it the same time I did it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Smiley, dude. Oh,
so great. So good.
Oh, I wish we had more than 90 minutes with him. Well, we'll definitely have to get him back. Hopefully.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
I may have to bribe him with I've still got a bag of Doritos here I can send him.
There you go.
And with the hat.
Okay.
And a sticker.
Oh, yeah. Just don't put the Doritos in the hat. Or if you do, keep them in the bag.
That would help the hat from getting crushed, though. No? I'm just saying, I work in shipping, so it's kind of like packing foam. No? We'll figure it out.
Are Doritos the new packing foam?
Kind of. They're the new fire starter, that's for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
Did you know that you can light a fire with Doritos? And I really thought it was a joke.
Want to know how I know this? All right.
What? No, now I do want to know, Andrew. How do you, there's something wrong with this now, isn't there?
No. So I was barbecuing once. I accidentally flicked a Dorito onto the barbecue, right?
Oh.
I just figured that it was on the hot barbecue. That's why it caught on fire, right?
Right.
But then, I had a little bit to drink. So then I had the thought, well, if it caught on fire so easily on the barbecue, maybe they're just flammable. So we tested.
And tested. And had some drinks and tested. And had some more drinks and
not as flammable and fun as laundry lint, but just as fun. So there you go.
Yes. Well said. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. So this was I wish we had more time.
It's a shame you had a time restraint, because man, we could have
and speaking of Tommy, we need to maybe when he's back on being a landlubber.
Oh yeah.
We need to see if maybe he can come back without the neck brace this time. And
no, absolutely. He's
but
free.
he can have the pain pills.
Right.
As long as he mails a few out, I'll trade him a hat for one or two.
Yeah. No, he's
not
he's
that I'm
free.
addicted, but
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll see what we can do. I'll check his schedule.
okay. Well, I know the holidays are coming up, so he'll probably have a little free time coming up, right? He usually,
Right. Yeah,
I think it was about that time last year. But of
it
course, he
was
was also in the.
yeah. But no, well, and he's usually back for a week doing stuff. He has his own podcast that he records as well. So
yeah. So he
So-
thinks this is better than ours. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh no, his is definitely very niche to not our group.
Yeah. It's just way better, is what you're saying.
I can neither confirm nor deny that his podcast is better than ours.
Oh, I can probably confirm that it's subpar.
Yeah.
But does he have a sponsor like PJ's Coffee? I don't think he does.
They currently do not, and they are not partnering up with iHeart. So
iHeart, there. See, iHeart. And
iHeart.
actually, see, I wore this shirt. It's my consolidated shirt with
nice.
the rabbits, where he gives his lucky paw to his mate.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wants her
Okay.
to have that.
That
so she'll be lucky.
kind of ties in.
Sort of with the iHeart.
It's got a heart on it.
Yeah, it's hardish.
Ish.
Corey Hall, thank you so much for joining in with
Corey.
us, and our other viewers that really didn't want to talk much. So
Two
that
hung
was
in
cool,
there.
though.
Yeah, for us. That was great.
No, sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. We love anybody who does, and again, do not be afraid to join in with our chat and have some fun with us as I burp up coffee. That's disgusting. Wow. But man, Bob was great. So next week we've got producer, director of the Red Rose Wagon and several other movies that are going to be coming out, Miss Sandy Slavin. Going to be excited for that. These are, and the Red Rose, or I think it's just the Rose Wagon. I think I may have written it down wrong. Yes, there she is right there. She this is like a holiday movie that's going to be coming out. Got some nice actors in it, actresses and whatnot, and a very warm, heartfelt movie. So it's perfect for the holiday season that's coming up. But she's really already jumped into like 3 other movies that she's been pushing. So we'll find out more about those next week. The week after that, we're going to have author and pastor Mark Sowersby. That's going to be a lot of fun. He's a very interesting guy. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Hey, again, let's not forget about our campaign for Run to Stop It, which is to stop human trafficking and human sex trafficking. Speaking of which, Lee Robinson from Relentless Pursuit will be on right after Mark Sowersby to talk about what he does and how he does it. Again, these hats right here, $25. Go to therandomchristianshow.com. You can see it right there. $25. All the profits go to Run to Stop It, which 100% of that money goes to these organizations that keeps all that going along. We're trying to get as much money as we can for these folks. So these hats, hey man, they're snazzy. Look, Andy's even got one. Yeah, that's right. All the cool kids have one. You need to be cool too. That's right. So hit us up at therandomchristianshow.com and get hypnotized by Andrew and his random Christian hat. If you're listening to us on the podcast web, you can hear us all over on Good Pods and all those. And you can do it while you're drinking PJ's Coffee, which you can find in several different places, or order it right off the interweb. So go there, check them out. It's just very simply pjscoffee.com, and they have some excellent roasts. I highly suggest, if you're into the darks, the Roast 35. It sounds like it's going to be dark and heavy. It's not. It is very delicious and catches you off guard. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that. In the meantime, until next week, he is Andy. Andy, we will be seeing you with Rum and Regrets this week, right? Or hearing you,
no, not till next week.
Well, then there's that. Okay. So in the meantime, for Andy and for myself, I want to thank everybody who's listened and enjoyed what you have. If you have, please pass the word around, like, follow, subscribe, and tell a friend. Don't worry about it, kids. We'll have fun. We'll see you next week, 4 o'clock, right here, Tuesday, with Miss Sandy Slavin. All right, kids, be good to each other. Take care of each other. God bless you all, and God bless everyone out there. Thank you so much. Have a great day.